Very special performance debut coming up at Heinz Hall, and it involves the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. It was inspired by August Wilson and his legacy. Here to explain what makes this premiere so special is Kathryn Bostic, award-winning composer and artist. We are so pleased to have you here.
I'm so thrilled to be here. Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about your past and where your kind of love for music comes from.
Well, I was born in a very musical family. My mother was a concert pianist and composer as well. And we just always had music playing in our household from all different types of styles and genres. So I really, in fact, my mother was teaching a piano lesson when she went into labor. So I think I came into it quite naturally.
Yeah. And literally.
Yeah, totally.
So how did you get inspired to create this based around August Wilson?
Well, you know, I had the good fortune of working with him on Jim of the Ocean, and in being in the rehearsal process and hearing his words, the depth and the intention of words, it has a sonic quality to it. To me, that was very orchestral and very majestic and earthy at the same time. So that's when I began to start to think about, wow, this could be.
I was going to ask you, because you know, for some people you don't hear words as being music, but it sounds like you can hear that.
Well, I think, you know, it's just, it is a gift that I have in being able to hear words and get some sort of musical impression or instinct. But I think everybody, you know, it's a sensory thing. Everybody has their own particular inkling. Some people, you know, can look at text and say, oh, if I were going to design it this way in terms of shooting it, a director would be able to have a visual component. But yes, I have a great sonic ability to hear things that are musical.
So there are 5 movements to this.
Yeah.
How do those, I don't even know what a movement is. So what is a movement, and how are those kind of coming together?
Well, a movement, I guess you could equate it to something like a chapter in a book. So I wanted to reflect what I felt was some of the essence and the energy of his work. So the first movement is The Great Migration, which I was inspired by the opening text of Joe Turner's Come and Gone. The way he speaks about the city and the way he speaks about the journey of African Americans to this country and coming from the South to urban cities in the North to help further their lifestyles and their livelihood. And so that's the first movement. The second movement is The Hill Illumined, which talks a lot about the mystical quality that's in August Wilson's work. Sometimes it's to greater degrees than others, but for the most part, he always had a sort of he has a mystical element in his writing that I found fascinating. So that's the second movement. Third movement is called Wiley Avenue, which pays tribute to the house where Aunt Esther lived and held council, but also pays tribute to the essence of Pittsburgh at one time, when that was a very big artistic and sort of live night spot area for jazz musicians and other artists.
So as these are coming together, as you're writing the music, have you practiced with the PSO yet?
No, we're going to be doing that, I think, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So tomorrow will be your first?
No, actually Friday.
Friday. So, but hearing that, I mean, that has to be something to be able to hear your music come alive after you've written it and taken these plays, transforming it into music.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. I'm very much looking forward to it and feel extremely honored that they are going to be premiering this incredible piece.
And that's really neat and really important to say, because it will be premiering here. Are you hoping to take this to other cities?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Working on that.
I understand also that there is a special tribute as well.
Yes, I wrote a song. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I was inspired to write a song as well called State of Grace, which I'll be performing in memoriam to August Wilson. So I'm very excited. It's an incredible blessing and a gift to be here in Pittsburgh and to work with the extraordinary Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. With Lucas Richmond conducting.
It's
and
amazing.
Felicia Rashad is going to be speaking text from his plays throughout the movement.
Oh, very
so
neat.
she'll be a big component in this as well.
That's great. He had such an impression on Pittsburgh, and we are so happy to have you here and to kind of transform what he's done into a new art form.
I'm delighted. Thank you.
Thank you. And the premiere of Kathryn Bostic's the August Wilson, Symphony will be this Saturday at Heinz Hall. Tickets start at $25. You can find a link with all the details at kdka.com/PTL.